Hey everyone, it's SJ, and today I have a Ravnica Remastered Collector Booster Box. This set has a collection of all the great cards that have taken place in Ravnica, and have all 10 Shocklands reprinted. Unfortunately, I'm a little late opening this due to the weather and delayed shipments, but it's finally here, so let's get opening. The big cards we're looking for are Cyclonic Rift, WotC, and staples like Birds of Paradise, which all have serialized versions which would be pretty incredible to pull. The other big hits of this set are the Shocklands, and they come in retro, normal, and full art variations, which all look pretty great. No real preference for me on which ones to pull, as long as we get a good amount. Alright, that's enough of an overview, let's start opening. These packs have a foil hit, which is either a rare or mythic at the very beginning of the pack, followed up by a few other rares and possible mythics, and then a few retro frame cards. Here we get a beautiful Birds of Paradise in the retro frame foil, and this just looks amazing. The serialized version is worth quite a lot, but that version, not too much, but still awesome to pull. Then we have our retro frames over here, and then in the middle we have one mana source. So this could either be a Guildgate, it could be a Signet, or it could be a Shockland, so this spot is actually important. Finally, we round out the pack with a couple uncommons and commons, which are all foil. If you're newer to Magic, then you may not realize the importance of Ravnica. Ravnica was always a fond plane for Magic the Gathering players, and have some of the most iconic cards printed in these blocks. Staples like the Shocklands, Dark Confidant, Cyclonic Rift, and many others were printed in these blocks, and they usually had pretty good draft environments. These remastered sets are a fantastic draft environment, and I highly recommend you do one if you have a chance. I really love what Wizards has done with these remastered sets. Time Spiral Remastered was absolutely amazing. Dominaria Remastered was one of the most fun sets I've drafted. Ravnica isn't quite as strong as those two in my opinion, but this is still a great set and better than most releases. One thing Wizards should probably consider doing though, is releasing this every 2 years. And look at this amazing retro frame breeding pool. Fantastic, beautiful card. Very happy to pull that. But going back to their release schedule, a constant flow of remastered sets takes away from the impact these sets have, and just feel like another pumped out product. These really are solid sets and one of the best ways to draft and play Magic, in addition to all of the great reprints that they bring in. Speaking of playing Magic, when I think of Ravnica, I think of something that's bittersweet. Ravnica holds a special place in my Magic the Gathering memories. When I think of Ravnica, I think of Guilds of Ravnica in fall of 2018. For me, this was one of the peaks of Magic. The draft and standard environment was awesome, since there were so many archetypes and decks to choose from, and they were all more or less competitive. You just had booster boxes where mythics were a big deal, and just one annual commander set. Legacy was very healthy, and Modern was great, although Arclight Phoenix was a bit of a pain. Magic Arena was just starting and seemed promising, and competitive Magic gameplay seemed like a possible esport. Things were good in 2018. Funny enough, I also associate Ravnica with the modern dilemmas we face in Magic today. In hindsight, Ravnica Allegiance was the start of the turning point of Magic for me. Hydroid Krasis dominated Standard, making a healthy meta turn into a Simic-driven deck pool. War of the Spark came out shortly after, with so much hype, and one of the best trailers ever. However, it introduced 3 mana Teferi, which most people disliked due to its static ability to shut off instants. Now, mind you, these were still great sets, and fun to open and play, and I had a blast with them. But then the power-crept Thrones of Eldraine came out, along with the introduction of collector boosters. So for me, Ravnica really is just bittersweet. But what's not bittersweet is this awesome retro frame Cyclonic Rift. That's a great pull, very happy to get that. But Ravnica really just brings in some memories of the best of times of Magic and some of the worst of times. And all these cards, opening them just brings back so many memories of playing Magic the Gathering, opening up booster packs, looking for foil mythics and all those great things. And it's amazing how much Magic has changed. Also, please excuse that cut there. I let my memory card get full. So, fortunately, nothing too crazy in this pack so far. Just a nice Shockland and a Supreme Verdict. But, yeah. Whoops. I'll get better at YouTube eventually. Wow, who knew Ravnica would be so nostalgic? This box was actually a really solid box. Not quite a profit, but we got nearly every big hit with a Cyclonic Rift, 8 Mythics, 6 Shocklands, including a beautiful retro frame breeding pool. Other than a serialized card and maybe a few other hits or shocks, we really can't do much better, so I'm happy with this. Also, it was just a real treat opening this up and seeing all of the nostalgic cards. This is actually a set I would recommend to play and enjoy, but if you want good cards, just go buy the ones you like because prices are dropping. Anyway, if you like this video, then please like and subscribe, as I always appreciate the support. I finally got a few boxes in the mail for future videos, so more is to come soon, including some new card games to explore. I will have at least a new video each week for the next few weeks, so please stay with me for the journey. As always, thank you for watching.